Just like the other signs we've discussed, sleep can be improved. Even in your 70s or 80s, creating a consistent bedtime routine, reducing screen time in the evening, limiting alcohol and heavy meals before bed, and getting exposure to morning light. These small changes can help reset your body's rhythm. And when your rhythm improves, so does the quality of your rest. And when rest improves, everything else, your heart, your brain, your energy, your outlook gets better too. So if you're someone who wakes up feeling truly rested most days, don't take it for granted. That's a rare and meaningful gift. It suggests your body is still running efficiently behind the scenes. And if you're not quite there yet, it doesn't mean you're aging poorly. It means there's an opportunity. Because improving your sleep isn't just about comfort, it's about longevity. And sometimes how well you sleep tonight might just shape how strong you feel 10 years from now. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Sign 5. You still enjoy regular meals with a steady appetite. Your appetite, especially after 65, can tell you far more about your health than you might expect. When you regularly feel hungry at mealtimes, enjoy the taste of food, and maintain a steady body weight, that's a good sign that your internal systems, from digestion to hormones to emotional regulation, are all functioning well. On the other hand, a fading appetite, especially when paired with unintentional weight loss or indifference toward food, can quietly signal deeper issues. Your appetite isn't just about nutrition, it's a window into vitality. Let's take someone like Charles, 73, who still looks forward to his breakfast routine every morning. He brews his coffee, slices fresh fruit, and enjoys oatmeal with a sprinkle of cinnamon. It's nothing fancy, but it's consistent. And more importantly, it feels satisfying. His doctor once told him, as long as you still enjoy eating and you're keeping your strength, your body's telling you it's doing its job. Charles didn't think of his appetite as anything special, he just liked his meals. But over time, he began to see it for what it was, a quiet signal that his systems were still in balance. Loss of appetite is common in older adults, but it shouldn't be dismissed as normal. Sometimes it points to medication side effects, low mood, digestive changes, or even early stages of illness. When we stop wanting to eat, our muscles start breaking down faster. Our immune system weakens. Our energy drops. And over time, we lose not only strength, but independence. That's why paying attention to how much you eat and how much you want to eat matters more than most people realize. It's not just about calories, it's about connection to life itself. But appetite, like so many other signs of health, can be nurtured. Staying physically active, even with something as simple as walking, can help restore natural hunger cues. Eating meals with others can rekindle joy at the table. Adding herbs, spices, or new textures can bring food back to life. Sometimes even treating dry mouth or improving denture fit can make all the difference. The key is to not let a declining appetite go unchecked. So if you find yourself looking forward to meals, enjoying flavors, and eating without effort or force, that's not something to overlook. It's your body's way of saying, I still have fuel to burn. And if your appetite has started to wane, listen closely. Because regaining it might not only improve your day-to-day energy, it might add healthy years to your life. In the end, the desire to nourish yourself is one of the oldest signs of well-being. And when that spark is still there, it's often a sign that so much more is still possible. Sign 6. You handle stress calmly without overreacting. How you respond to stress at this stage of life can quietly reveal how long your body and mind might keep going. Chronic stress, especially when left unmanaged, chips away at your health from the inside out. It raises blood pressure, wears down your immune system, and accelerates aging in both the brain and the body. But if you've noticed that you now face life's challenges with a steadier hand, a calmer voice, and fewer emotional spikes, you're not just gaining wisdom, you may be protecting your longevity in ways you don't even realize. Think about someone like Gerald, 76, who spent years reacting quickly to every problem, financial setbacks, disagreements, even bad drivers. But in recent years, his pace changed. When a pipe burst in his kitchen, he didn't yell. He took a breath, made a call, and calmly moved through the mess. It's not worth the heartburn, he joked. But that shift, choosing measured responses instead of explosive reactions, is more than personality. It's resilience. And resilience is one of the most powerful predictors of long life. When your nervous system is balanced, when your mind doesn't stay trapped in worry, your body works better, your heart beats more evenly, your digestion improves, your sleep deepens, and your decision-making becomes clearer. It doesn't mean you avoid stress, it means your body knows how to return to balance afterward. That return to baseline is what keeps inflammation low and your internal systems running smoothly. And the more consistently you do it, the better your odds of avoiding stress-related illnesses that shorten life. Of course, stress is part of being human. The goal isn't to eliminate it, it's to build your response to it. Gentle breathing exercises, quiet time outdoors, prayer, or even regular conversation with someone who listens. These simple habits help you regulate emotion and bring your body back to calm. And each time you do, it's like pressing a reset button on aging itself. So if you find that you no longer panic at the first sign of trouble, that you take time to think before reacting, or that you can move through frustration with a bit more grace, that's no small thing. It means your inner world is steady. And that steadiness can help you live not only longer, but better. Because longevity isn't about avoiding every storm, it's about learning how to stand through them without breaking. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 6 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Sign 7, you stay mentally sharp and remember daily details easily. Your mind, much like your body, gives quiet hints about how well it's aging. And one of the clearest signs you might live longer than average is your continued ability to think clearly, remember names, keep track of conversations, and focus without much effort. These cognitive abilities, things that many people take for granted until they start slipping, are deeply connected to your brain's resilience. And when they remain intact, especially into your late 60s and beyond, it often means your overall health is holding strong beneath the surface. Take Linda, 72, who still manages the family finances, leads her neighborhood book club, and always remembers her grandchildren's birthdays without writing them down. Her friends often joke that her memory is better than theirs, but Linda knows it's not just luck. She reads every day, plays crossword puzzles with her morning coffee, and makes a point to learn one new thing a week. Her routine isn't about staying busy, it's about keeping her brain active. And what she may not realize is that those habits are doing more than keeping her sharp. They're helping extend her life. Cognitive clarity is one of the most powerful predictors of longevity because the brain controls so much more than thoughts. It coordinates your movement, regulates your emotions, manages your sleep, and tells your organs how to function. When it slows down, everything else tends to follow. That's why catching early signs of cognitive decline, like forgetting recent events, struggling to find words, or feeling foggy for long stretches matters. They're not just frustrating, they're signals. And when you address them early, you give your brain a better chance to rebound. The good news, your brain can be trained at any age. Staying socially engaged, reading challenging material, learning new skills, walking outdoors, eating well, these actions nourish your brain's connections. And when your brain is nourished, your life tends to stay fuller, longer. So if you still feel mentally clear most days, if you remember details, keep up with conversations, and feel mentally present, that's not just a small blessing. It's a sign of internal strength. And if you've started to notice some changes, don't panic, but don't ignore them either. Because caring for your brain now is one of the smartest ways to care for your future. And the sharper your mind stays, the more likely you are to keep enjoying the world around you for many years to come. Sign 8. You maintain a strong social connection with others. One of the most overlooked yet powerful indicators of how long you might live after 65 is how connected you are to other people. Not just being around others, but feeling seen, heard, and valued in meaningful relationships. Human beings were never meant to age in isolation. When we lose connection, when we stop talking, laughing, touching, and sharing life, we begin to unravel faster than we realize. But when we stay socially active, even in quiet ways, it feeds our health in profound and lasting ways. Think of someone like Evelyn, 79, who talks on the phone with her sister every Sunday, goes to a knitting group once a week, and chats with her neighbors when walking her dog. She doesn't have a large circle, but she's not alone, and that matters. Her doctor once told her, "You're doing one of the best things you can for your heart, staying connected." At first, she didn't understand, but over time, she realized how much better she slept after laughing with a friend, or how energized she felt after a simple lunch with her cousin. The body responds to connection like medicine. Social bonds reduce inflammation, lower blood pressure, support immune function, and keep the brain stimulated. They also buffer against depression, cognitive decline, and even the risk of dying early. In fact, researchers have found that lacking strong social ties can be as harmful to your health as smoking or obesity. But unlike those things, connection is harder to measure. You won't see it on a scale or in a blood test, but you'll feel it in your spirit, and you'll see its effects in how you age. If you've noticed that you tend to withdraw, that you avoid calls, or skip gatherings, that you tell yourself it's just easier to stay home, it's worth paying attention. Not because solitude is bad, but because prolonged disconnection can slowly steal years from your life without warning. And the antidote doesn't have to be complicated. It might mean calling someone you haven't spoken to in a while, sending a handwritten card, joining a local group or class, even striking up a conversation at the grocery store. Because when you give the world your presence, the world often gives something back. And when you stay part of something, no matter how small, you remind your body that it's still needed. So if you still have strong relationships in your life, if people check in on you and you check in on them, don't underestimate that. It may be one of the clearest signs that you're not only living longer, but living well. Final thoughts. Now that you've seen these 8 signs, take a quiet moment to reflect. How many of them show up in your life? Are you moving with steady steps, holding your balance with ease, waking up refreshed, eating well, remembering clearly, laughing often, and staying connected to others? These aren't just passing details. They're signals, gentle, constant, and deeply meaningful. They tell you what your body and mind are still capable of. And more importantly, they point to what's still ahead if you continue to care for yourself in simple, consistent ways. The good news is, most of these signs aren't set in stone. They're not tests you pass or fail. They're invitations. If your balance is off, you can strengthen it. If your appetite has dipped, you can revive it. If stress feels heavier than it used to, you can soften it. Longevity isn't about being perfect. It's about paying attention, responding with care, and choosing small actions that carry big consequences over time. Because aging well isn't about avoiding decline, it's about staying in conversation with your body and responding with wisdom. And remember, it's never too late to change the direction of your health story. Whether you're 66 or 86, the decisions you make today still matter. They still shape tomorrow. Your walk, your words, your sleep, your laughter, these things ripple outward, not only giving you more time, but giving you more life in that time. So ask yourself, which sign surprised you the most? Which one do you see in yourself? And which one do you feel ready to work on starting today? Thank you for joining us today. We'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and share one thing you learned today and how you plan to use it in your life. Your thoughts are important to us, so don't hesitate to share them. Reading your comments gives us great motivation and encouragement. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Thanks for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.